with Demarai Gray. You mentioned guts and courage there before. You've played with Seamus Coleman. As you say, he's been there 12 years with the armband. How important is he? Not just the way he plays, the way he speaks there to getting Everton back on track.
Well, he's crucial. I think, we've spoken about it across the board, that characters like Seamus Coleman have dwindled out the game over the past 10 or 15 years. So if you've got one of his calibre at your club, they're priceless. You've seen his reaction. Demarai Gray went down with a knee to the back just after half-time, and he was over in his face, telling him to get up off the floor, telling him how important he is. And he seems to have the understanding within his own squad, as all good captains do, of what individual players need. Demarai needs constant encouragement, it seems, and telling how good he can be. I'm sure there's other people within the squad that need the proverbial kick up the backside. So, having that experience also is speaking about taking responsibility for the Derby defeat last week because of a mistake, taking that on himself, protecting his teammates from the results as best he possibly can, so that they can then go out and play as free as they can tonight. And that takes great experience, character, and a lot of guts.
And he was saying how good Demarai Gray can be. How good was that guy?
In their title-winning season. And he's had to go out. He's been out on loan. He's been away, and he's had to come back. So he's still trying to establish himself. And it's like situations like that, just moments like that you can look back and you can think that was when things changed for me.
Well, you do, because as much as he's he has got a Premier League winners' medal, he was on the periphery. He will have been a part of it without a significant part. He's a huge part of Everton at the minute. And you appreciate things more when the weight of responsibility is on your shoulder and you've taken the ball and tried to make things happen. And results can actually depend on your own performance. And he stood up tonight. He stood up for Everton all season long so far, and really delivered tonight in a very, very crucial game.
I think for him, what helps at the moment is that they didn't play with tons of natural width tonight, Everton. Andros played in and around Richarlison. Demarai Gray was coming off that left side, so naturally feeding in on his right side. He's a really good ball carrier. He runs with the ball naturally. He's got a nice fluid action. He's not fighting the ball. Some people, when they're running with the ball, they're head down, they're crouched over it and they're fighting it. He's not. He glides across the park really smoothly. And I think now, because he's playing every week at Leicester, he was always coming on trying to change a game, Leon, with 10 minutes here and 15 minutes there, trying too hard and invariably taking on one too many. Whereas now he's playing every week, he looks like, whenever he gets the ball, I think something might happen. I do, he looks dangerous.
Well, there are a lot of players that need to feel the love from the manager. They need to feel that they are first choice. You've seen he didn't come off. Andros Townsend comes off. Anthony Gordon comes off. And that's the case for Demarai Gray in most of the games this season. He's been well loved by Rafa, and it's also made him stick his chest out, and it's also made him feel a lot more confident. And with that confidence, you've got end product.
Yeah, great goal.
5 goals for Demarai Gray, his best tally of any of his seasons in the Premier League so far. The only player, of course, trying to get back-to-back victories. But the statistic, really, having come from behind tonight, they've now come from behind this season to take more points than any other Premier League team under Rafa Benitez, when he talks about character and resistance.
Yeah, that's most of the victories have had to have been fought for. I'm sure Rafa will now want to move forward and not have to fall behind to get his team to be kick-started into action, to show a lot more quality in possession and quality on the ball, because there was only glimpses of that tonight rather than any real control. But, a manager always loves having a team full of character that can bring you back from those situations, that can get you from behind and get your points. But as I said, tonight has to have been the moment when Everton's season really begins.
We always talk about fine margins in the Premier League. The same can be said tonight.
And maybe it's difficult to come back from, and Mikel will be disappointed. Eddie Nketiah will be more so. If you want to play more, if you want to tell your manager that I deserve to be starting up front, when you do get them moments and them opportunities, you have to take them if you're going to play in the Premier League.
Mikel's, the way they played, Steve, didn't think they controlled the game well enough, Arsenal. Had their moments, and Everton had to defend for their lives, quite a few times. I didn't feel like they controlled the game, controlled the ball well enough tonight, didn't handle the ball well enough, didn't keep it well enough. And that's what Mikel's teams are about. He wants them to play, be brave enough to play. And tonight, I didn't think they handled the ball with any real conviction.
At one